Welcome, guys. This is Dr. John Oda, and welcome to Motivational Monday. If you guys don't know me, let me explain to you who I am. I have 34 years in the mental health field, doing clinical psychology, author of 2 books, written in many publications already from Yahoo Finance, and the list goes on. I've been an ultimate business growth specialist for the last 25 years. See what else. Worked with the great Tony Robbins and Chet Holmes on the business side only. Got every certification when it comes to mental health that's possible to man. So anyway, that's my background. I've been in personal development for 30 plus years. So I'm jazzed. But here's what we're going to do, guys. We're going to talk about Think and Grow Rich. And I believe that mindset is the biggest thing that people got to actually worry about. When you have the proper mindset, everything else changes, right? So we're going to focus on really mindset. And the motivational Monday to me is all mindset. What I'm going to do is I'm going to break down step by step, Think and Grow Rich, chapter by chapter. Sometimes I might do 2 chapters at a time, depends on it. It's going to be no more than 10 to 15 minutes max. So let's start. So this book, guys, is based on facts. So do you know a guy named Andrew Carnegie? Well, Andrew Carnegie came up with these principles. But here's what Andrew Carnegie didn't do. He didn't test them out. So what he did was he hired Napoleon Hill to test out these philosophies for 20 years. He said, for 20 years, I'm not paying you nothing. I want you to test out these philosophies. If they work, write books, and that's when you make your money. Now, how many of you guys would have done that deal? Not that many. But of course, Napoleon Hill did it, and that's why he goes down in history. Every personal development guy read that book, from a Tony Robbins to Chet Holmes to Zig Ziglar to Jim Rohn to Les Brown to whatever that you want. It's because that is the foundation of personal development and mindset, right? So what he did was, so what Chet Holmes did, what Napoleon Hill did, he interviewed 500 people. Like, you might have heard of these guys, like Albert Einstein, like Thomas Edison, like Henry Ford, like John Rockefeller, Marshall Fields. And he saw these guys apply everything that this book have to their lives. Now, everybody that I just named right now, they're millionaires and billionaires and trillionaires right now, right? Why? Because they applied the same principle. What would happen if you would start applying this principle to your life? What would happen in the next month, the next 2 months, the next year, the next 10 years? You too can think and grow rich. So here it goes. Let's start off with the book, the introduction. The introduction was Barnes wanted to work with the great Thomas Edison. But Barnes had 2 challenges that was stopping him. The first challenge is that he was dead broke, didn't have no money. The second challenge is he didn't know Edison. Now, most people who would have these challenges would stop. But Barnes was different. Barnes said, number 1, he had a definite purpose. He had desire. And he had persistence. His persistence is, they call it bulldog determination. Chet Holmes, my mentor, said it. Pig-headed discipline, right? That's what he had. So what he did was, to get to wherever he was, to New Jersey, he couldn't take the train because he didn't have any money. Imagine he took the freight. He took a freight. Now listen to me, a freight doesn't have people, a freight have crap in it. Cars, whatever, it have crap in it to get from one destination to the next. That's what he had to do to get his golden dream. How many of you guys would have done that? How many people would have went from California to Chicago on a freight? Very few, right? Why? We would have came up with some damn excuse of not to do things. Barnes didn't, he did it. Okay, move forward. So he got there. Edison looked at him and said, damn, he looks like a tramp. But what Edison did say, he might be like a tramp. That's why you can't judge a book by its cover. You have to read it. Edison saw his mindset. Edison saw that he had something that a lot of people don't have. He had that desire, that persistence, that definite purpose. Now, Barnes didn't get a great job. You got a normal job of whatever, a runner, sweeping the floors, but Barnes said, hey, listen to me, I'm still working with Edison. I'm not where I want to be at, but I will get there. Years went by, he went up in ranks, and one day Edison came up with some crazy machine, I can't think of what it's called, that he wanted the sales guy to sell. The sales guy said, this stuff's not going to sell, I'm not going to do it. Barnes saw that as being an opportunity. Guys, listen to me. Sometimes opportunities come in completely different ways. We don't know how the opportunities are coming, but they come. When opportunities come, you jump at them. You don't stop and ask your friends or your mom or your dad or your brothers or your sisters or your friends. They mean best. They want you to do the best, but you don't ask these people. Why? You just do it. My theory is if it's in your heart, if it's in your higher power, which I call God, if it's coming inside your heart and says, do it, guys, guess what? You do it. Do it. He did it. He said, I can sell this national. Did you know he sold it for 30 years? Did you know that he got millions and millions of dollars? We're talking about in the 19s, 20s, and 30s, guys. When money was money back then. You're making that much money back then, you're talking about hundreds of millions of dollars right now. But Barnes set himself up. Barnes set the legacy of his family up. How many of you guys would do this? Barnes did. Second story was about Darby. Darby wanted to get gold. It's almost like, you know how Bitcoin is right now? He wanted to get gold, which was great. Don't get me wrong, right? But when he wanted to get gold, right? He said he wanted family and friends to help out, and they did. And I think it was in Colorado, if I'm not mistaken, right? He went to Colorado and he got this gold mine. And my God, this gold mine was bringing him some money. He was like, yes, come. Money was flowing like honey. Then the money stopped. They couldn't find the line. And they searched the line, searched over left and the right and the middle and behind, whatever. They couldn't find it. They're just so frustrated and so angry, like most people do, they quit. They sold it to a junkyard for $500, whatever they sold the junkyard to, right? The junkyard got it. And you call him a junkyard. I call him really a strategist. What he did that was different, he got an expert advice. How many of you guys get expert advice in your business? Get expert advice to help you out to grow your business, or get expert advice for, it could be parenting, it could be whatever, but how many people get expert advice? Or even expert advice to even get it back in shape again? Not that many people. They think they can do it by themselves. And we see the results. But this junk man, as I say, he was different. They found the gold vein 3 feet from it. It was the richest one in Colorado. The richest. Millions of dollars. Darby lost out. One day Darby was at the farm. And those back then, it was right around slavery time, as I suggest when I read the book. Not sure exactly, but he had some black folks on his farm. And this little black girl walked up to him. My mama won 50 cents. He said, go on back. Yes, sir. And she stayed. That she was there. She just stayed. 2-3 minutes later, my mama won 50 cents. He said, go on back there in a little loud voice. Yes, sir. She stayed. Defiant as hell. Third time, top of voice, my mama won 50 cents. And then he turned around. They said Darby had an anger issue. And his friend thought she was gonna have the biggest whipping in the world. Darby turned around, mad and mean, like he was gonna just do her in. He reached in his pocket and gave her the 50 cents. She said, yes, sir. And she walked away very slow. It's the first time a little black girl whipped a superior white man. And he didn't know why. But what he did say, those 2 events shaped his life for the best. The 3 feet from gold was great because he never stopped. He never quit. He had a definite purpose. He had his desire, he had this persistency, he's not going to quit. He didn't quit no more. He said the girl taught him that every time someone said no, he'd say, yes, sir, but he would stand there, waiting in defiance until the person would buy from him. So that meant he handled the objections. Did you guys know? This is strange, right? 48% of the people, salespeople, when they hear the word no, they quit. Another 20% after the second time, 7% after the third time, 5% for the fourth time. How about if you adopt this behavior that when someone says no, you don't quit, you just keep on going? Maybe they didn't ask the right questions. Maybe they're a little bit confused. So just a thought. So here it goes. What Darby did, what I believe, he took the hit as a gift. He took it as a gift and said, okay, this is going to teach me for the near future. This is going to teach me to be the best of the best. This is going to teach me so I can help other people. So, the stories that I just told you, how can you use this inside your business? Your personal life, your professional life. How can you use this as being your mindset? I'm not sure, but I challenge you to use it. So next week, guys, we're going to speak on desire. Read chapter on desire. You can go to YouTube videos. It's a great place to get. You can get the audio of it. Download the book, whatever. I'm going to break down the chapter on desire. Each week, I'm going to break down a chapter or two. You guys, thank you so much for listening to me. So next time, take care, and always God bless. Bye for now.